Welcome back, crafty friends. Today I am bringing a funny layout in my December documented album about wrapping revenge. So, my husband over the years has been known to take a tiny present and wrap it in multiple sizes of boxes, with each layer of box being wrapped and stuffed into a bigger box. And typically it is our daughter Hope that takes the brunt of this. So this year Hope decided to wrap her dad's gift multiple times, and so that's what these pictures are documenting. So this is the backside of that red stripe foundation paper, and you saw I was auditioning several different colors of the film strips, and ultimately I did decide to go with the red one. And now I am putting down this first layer of red to go across here, and then I decided to do like a sequence of pictures when Joe started to unwrap the present. So the first picture is the first layer of wrapping, the second is another layer, and of course, the last layer was the box that the gift was actually in. However, Hope had covered the entire box with masking tape because packing tape would have been more difficult, but the masking tape was the best that she could find in the house when she was wrapping the present, so that's what she went with. So here I have my sequence of pictures, and I do decide to mat these in white. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to have a space between or not. So I do end up matting these all individually. But you'll see later that I do kind of squish them together. And it does look like they are all on one single mat. So that's one little trick, that if you are not sure how everything's either going to fit, or if you do or don't want space between your pictures, go ahead and create the mat on your picture and then just overlap the areas of mat that you do or don't want to use. Or you can cut it off later if you decide that you don't like the color of matting that you used, etc. So then I decided that the white wasn't gonna make the picture stand out quite enough, because the wrapping paper was red and that background paper was red. So I decided to add in a layer of black around my pictures to kind of help distinguish that section on my layout. And so I'm getting that cut out and placed, and I realized that it's taller, well, a little bit bigger than what I want it to be. So I do, checking my spacing, and so I go ahead and start gluing down the first picture. And then here's where you're going to see that I do decide to put them a little bit closer together, and it looks like those pictures are on a single white piece of paper. And so I decided to get that trimmed down to size. And I'm gonna lay that down, and then I decide that I need a foundation for where my title is gonna go. That I did have some red glitter stickers there, and you can see that I have spelled out wrapping revenge. I had all the letters except an I, so I ended up cutting down a J to make that an I. But you couldn't really read the title, and so I decided that green looked good, and ditched that piece because it's not quite big enough. And I find this one that will go all the way from top to the bottom, and then I don't have to cut the piece down. And then that way I can put the wrapping up above, and then I'll put the revenge below the line of photos. So at this point, I've decided on that design for my title, and I'm gluing down the green portion here. Again, I'm using my My Petunia glue press, and I can't stress enough that if you get your hands on one of them, that you will love it. I had been using the more narrow tip, and however, tonight I did finally switch it over to the wider nozzle that comes out just a little bit faster, and I think in my scrapbook room that's going to work a little bit better with less clogging. My room's a little chilly here in the winter time, and I had to unclog it every time when I forgot to put the cap on each night when I was done scrapping. So here I grab my glue press, and I'm thinking that I'm going to use my trick of just dipping the letters into the glue on the back of my hand, and but actually it ended up just being easier taking the very narrow nozzle tip and putting it on the back of the letter stickers. So I don't make you watch the whole process, but you did see me put that first letter down, and magically we're going to come back, and the title is on my page. Ta-da! And here I am putting on the last letter for revenge. And now I'm going to start auditioning and looking for some items to embellish my page just a little bit more. So I did find a couple of these puffy stickers from an old Vicky Bouton puffy sticker set. I believe that word says festive. And let's see, what else do I grab here? I tossed that aside, apparently. And so I'm like, now what do I do? That I saw me flick my fingers like, I don't know what to do. So here I am looking through the stickers, and I decide to use this border sticker that the red actually worked really good, and so I cut it into smaller pieces. I put at the bottom, which unfortunately you can't see right now, the full length of the green, and then this I just had the leftover piece here at the top. And so now I've gone to the companion page, and this is a pocket page of just a few pictures of us unwrapping gifts. So it's a picture of me getting my new laptop to so I could start doing this, start my YouTube channel, and then a couple pictures of our daughter Hope unwrapping her gifts, and one of Taylor, our dog, with her present. And so this part goes pretty quickly, but I did cut a 6x8 paper down from 49 and Market, and then I did enhance some of the areas that didn't have the any color, that was more of mostly just the white on the background paper, and I used a lot of the remnants from my rub-ons and more things that were words that you could just see partially. So like right there it had our holly in green, and then it had like an advertisement, something with Chicago, and really I just wanted it for the words and the text more than what it was actually saying. And so that's pretty much what I'm doing on most of these cards on the background, is just adding bits and pieces of the rub-ons just to enhance the picture and add around the minimal embellishments that I added to each pocket. And so here's the other wreath. So I decided the opposing corner pocket pages that I would use these wreaths that I had, but I they didn't quite fit into the 3x4 pocket, so I had to get creative, and I punched a partial circle and just had the wreath run off the edge of each pocket page here. And so I'm just adding a little title, some more of those rub-ons just to that coordinate with everything. Adding my foam adhesive back behind so the level of the chipboard wreath is the same as that banner label that I'm adding there. And so here is the next card, and this is a picture of me unwrapping my present. And I had this little remnant of a film strip, and so that was another good way to, in these pocket pages, use up those little pieces that you cut off. So right there, again, I had a rub-on that had some text. I actually just cut it in half and put one at the top and one at the bottom on opposing corners. And really it's not for what it says, but more for just the text in general. And added one of the 49 Market chipboard stars, and there I am. Every time I pull one of those out to use it, I can't decide if it's got adhesive on it or not, and so I end up just pulling off the white piece, and they do not have adhesive on them, in case you're wondering. And so now I am just kind of finishing things up by adding some leftover rub-ons of some of these lights. And so I just took one of the strings and cut it into bits and pieces and made the rub-on work for the area that I had to put it in. And so right there, that was just a single light, and I got that rubbed on. And so here I am, just again, I'm gonna go find some of these tiny little red stars that are all over this section of this set of rub-ons, and just kind of adding it wherever I think I need a pop of color of red on my pocket. So just finishing up adding a few other rub-ons, and that's pretty much going to do it for these 2 pages. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. And if you don't mind, give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.